Cool. And I saw the links earlier, so we're all set. So before we start, we're going to we're changing up the format slightly. We kind of did this once before, but we're putting a little bit more formalized twist to it. In the beginning of the meeting, we're going to try to keep the business portion of the meeting as short as possible. And then the second half of the meeting, we'll do the business meeting essentially, and then the intros for new people. And then at the end of the meeting, we'll do the program. We just do the voting after intros. Yeah, we'll do the new intros, the voting, and then we'll have the essentially the programmatic portion where people are talking about the cool stuff they're making. Our goal is to, instead of just doing a around the room show and tell, to actually have give people more time to talk about what they're making, what they're working on. Essentially, if you've got something you want to show off for 10 or 15 minutes, if you've got good content for that long, absolutely, let's put you on the schedule. We're going to start putting on the whiteboard, and we're going to put time slots up there going forward. So we'll make that a permanent marker thing, so we'll stay up there forever. And essentially, if you've got something cool going on, you want to talk about it at the meeting and really show off, sign up for a slot on the whiteboard. Or if you've done something fun and you want to tell everyone else about it.
What if it's not good content, but it's lolcats? I just show pictures of lolcats for 15 minutes.
Lowercase. Sure. If you can hold an audience for 15 minutes with lolcats.
Oh, I totally can.
Absolutely.
What's your audience? I mean,
That's true.
All right.
Hey, look, there's slides.
Oh, and I didn't put a link. Oh, why is it coming that fast? Stay.
Are they offset auto dance?
No, don't. Auto go.
That looks like a Pachachka.
Okay. Insert Hangouts link here.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to start doing a brief financial update at the beginning of every meeting. We're going to keep it to like a 2-minute update. So Jamie will now give you the 2-minute FemLab financials update.
it's not even minutes under that. I got it fast.
Nice.
All right, so the long and the short of it, at this point in time, everybody knows that to meet our rent, we need to increase essentially by 2 members a month. We are meeting that and exceeding that, so life is awesome. Since the last member meeting, we gained 6 members and lost 2, one of which was another conflict, which somebody didn't have time to left us. The other one is somebody who dropped off PayPal here, which is a great reminder to put your real email address into PayPal so that I have somebody to harass when PayPal eats your payments. Class income in April was $247. We netted $236 of that because of Eventbrite fees. I think that's largely Nick. Yay, Nick. Just keeping it cake, it's better. And then bank account balance in terms of easy to understand. We have 4.5 months of rent and utilities at our current costs. I would like to have 6 just in case, the world ends or something. TLDR, that's it.
We don't have to pay the rent.
That's very true. If the world ends, they were rich, but it's only just paper or electrons in this case. Questions on financials? I put them all to sleep through yours.
Perfect. And I already talked about this because I did things out of order because there's an agenda, and of course I didn't read that part.
Yeah.
So other cool stuff. Mike and Dave went to, or John.
Oh, John.
Yep. You guys went to the tech meetup at Factor, the Orlando Tech meetup. You guys want to whatever about that for a minute?
Yeah, you talked the whole time at the tech. You want to talk for this one?
Sure.
That
Damn.
felt like a ding, didn't it?
You get to say anything last time.
I was the one that got yanked up in front to the panel, and,
Oh, good.
and he got to hang out in the back
Yeah,
with the school kids.
I just hid. It was really cool. There was somebody from the Melrose Center. We had I'm gonna miss it. This Dan, Steve. What's his name at Factory? Doug.
There's a Dave, a Dan, and a Steve,
what's his
and a
name?
Doug at Factor. So
And of course, I was there talking about his space and the whole maker movement, and, the nation makers and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. Everyone got a little piece of everybody's pie. Then they did a Q&A where they talked about a bunch of different questions about like how they felt about the different maker movements. Then they opened it up to the floor, talked about it, and then we hung around and talked to all the people that wanted to, talk about the spaces and stuff. And then we invited them to come on by and see everything. But it was pretty cool. Factor had a food truck there, and it was a new space for them.
Yeah, I guess they just recently expanded. I didn't actually, they didn't actually have their space open except for, I think, for a brief tour, which I missed.
Yeah, so did I.
But they have a new open space that's probably, I don't know, 4,000 square feet that they're using for events.
Big barn.
Yeah.
And had a big bar at it and built into it, which is kind of cool. So it was a nice space.
Yeah, the audience was about 75, I guess, people, all sort of downtown Orlando techie, mostly software types. I think there was probably maybe 10 or 12 that had been to a makerspace before. So it was a lot of talking to people who were in our wheelhouse and not aware of us. It was good outreach.
During the Q&A thing, the whole first didn't come up.
First over here from Baker.
Actually, I am nailed it down right off the bat.
Yeah, we got that out of the way up front.
What did he say?
He goes, my legal department has told me that we're okay with this because it's technically in Orlando and they're in Longwood. But he acknowledged that we were the first in this area, and he he appeased everybody. I think so. It was a good.
In other contexts, I have said the longest continually operating makerspace in the greater Orlando area.
Just since 2009.
Yeah, exactly. It'll real beat that in my hour. Other quick things here. We've got a couple upcoming events. Wiki Wine Wednesday is this Wednesday. That's tomorrow, isn't it?
What's that, Mike?
Wiki Wine Wednesday is where family libraries get together and socialize and edit the wiki. If you've not visited our website, I would encourage you to do so. I should look at these slides.
We give them the slides.
Cool. Thank you. So our wiki's actually really quite helpful now. So if you want to continue to help build it, that's what that is. Laser engraving class for this weekend was canceled because Siraj is out of town.
Oh,
And no one's there for it. Shut it down?
101 class?
Yeah,
102.
102.
102 is canceled, so it's not
Okay. I thought you were going out of town
That's
Like,
Not maybe,
two
maybe
more
next
laser
week.
classes.
next week. Sorry.
Next two laser 101 classes are canceled.
That's one I thought. Anyway, next two 101s are canceled, and the other 102 is canceled for now because no one signed up for it. The next thing on the list is the Google I/O Extended. This is Google's big software release event, and essentially they usually do a simulcast here at the lab. Lance, I believe, will be heading that up again this year. So if you're having any questions, contact Lance on Slack. They've usually had fun giveaways in the past. If not, it's a really cool event to attend to, and if you're into that sort of thing.
You can say go to stickers and shirts.
1 year we got Google Cardboards.
That was good.
We still have plenty of them.
Yeah, we still have some Google Cardboards, the originals, if we do. But if you grab one, you have to attend the event. I'm just kidding, you don't have to. Then there's how to teach a class on teaching classes.
I heard you like
on that-
classes.
Huh?
Yo, dog, I heard you like classes.
Exactly. Tracy will be teaching that one on the 20th. That's Saturday?
That is a Saturday.
Saturday.
Like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yep.
On Saturday.
If you're wondering about how to teach a class or workshop or get together where learning might happen, this would be an event that you should attend. Learn to solder. We're also doing that on 5/20 as well. Vacuum forming 101. If you want to learn how to use Rick's vacuum forming machines, that is going on the 21st, which is the next Sunday. It's awesome and scary and amazing.
That's not just
It sucks a lot.
It sucks.
Also on my list, I have brain computer interface night.
So
Those are so much
not
fun.
in May, but back in June.
Okay, so not 5/20.
No.
Did I put 5/20?
We did. Oops. Is it 6/20?
Cancel on the calendar, yeah.
So it'll be back in
So
June.
Bio's taking a break in May. We'll be back in June.
Sounds good.
Brain computer interface and bioprinting both.
The following weekend, the Central Florida Raspberry Pi Users Group will be meeting here again. It's always a lot of fun. Mac usually has some pretty cool material he's prepared for the class, and that's a free event open to anyone. You can show up, and there is, I believe, an Eventbrite link for that, so you can RSVP. So he's got a head count before he walks into 300 people. And then the second Saturday multimedia night restarts, of course, the second Saturday in June, which is the 10th, which is also a lot of fun. And Mac also leads that one. Dave's usually there as well. Where you guys are too. If you play an instrument or like making music of any kind, for that, yeah, it would be another cool thing for you to attend. And that one goes from late until later.
From 7 until.
Yeah, 7.
Second Saturday is 10 to 7.
Yes, it's
Oh, yes.
it runs until the balls run out the machine.
Or until you run out of decibels.
Yeah.
Did you get the RC group?
The what?
It's on the
No.
calendar.
When's the RC group meetup?
It's gonna be the second Sunday and the fourth Tuesday of every month.
Okay. So next Tuesday.
Yep.
Okay, and then 2 weeks from then.
So every 2 weeks, basically.
Very cool. So if you want to learn what kind of RC items
Anything.
that has a radio
Yeah.
and you can make it do something,
It's welcome and it's open to everybody.
very cool. Lost my place here. So we have some new member. Do we have any intros for tonight? These are all people we're voting on.
I don't believe we have any.
Yeah. Do we have anyone who's introing tonight? Who has paperwork to intro? If no intros tonight, that's okay. So we do have several new members who are being voted on again tonight, or voted on tonight. Rather, one being voted on again. He was postponed to this meeting. Eric Macon, who was a member before, way back when we had the old space. Small one. Jonathan Scruffy, who I didn't see him walk in, but I could with him. He's being voted. Christian, you here? No. Frandy, you're here. Mai Trong, she here? And Matt. Yep. Matt was recently certified on the laser.
Yeah. Brother, really cool.
Okay. So for those of you who are voting on tonight, we will send you an email with further instructions on how to complete your membership process. If you don't hear from us, please reach out to us after a week. Usually give us a week if you haven't heard from us by then. Reach out and we'll make sure you get what you need. Okay. So we have the ballots. Anyone who is here to be voted on tonight, if you will kindly just step out of the room for a moment. And then we will do some voting, and then we'll bring everyone back in for the fun stuff. There's some people in the waiting room. We're currently recording at the moment, but we can pause recording. Maybe.
Yeah, it's on that one. On the other one. No, it's on that one. That one? It is on that one. That's not plugged in usually. Just running.
Hey, look, there's me.
Did you make these slides?
Yeah,
You're on the wrong screen.
I'm trying to figure out where he put the screen. There it is.
I muted the potables.
Tracy? Happy birthday.
Thank you.
That's why.
Wait, is there cake?
Is there still cake? Wait, hold on, time out. Is there still cake left?
Yes.
So before we move on to the presentation section, we owe Tracy a happy birthday Femilab choral arrangement.
Oh, God.
Yes, in the key of yes.
I think a better birthday present would be not.
Yes, Fuzzy.
The present isn't for her.
If we're all really quiet, I can play Happy Birthday on my knuckles.
Are there any other volunteers for a soloist performance of Happy Birthday?
No, I think that's copyrighted, so.
Okay.
No,
They
it's
were-
a bit now.
Really?
Yeah.
It only recently got-
Really, James?
That's right. it only recently got-
Yes.
Yes, I did. You got a point.
I don't really sign language, but I can work with Morse code, so if you would like to flash a mirror at me, we can talk.
It's all good after work now.
Okay, so so because of our new meeting format, we now have a couple of people on the show and tell agenda. We'll just skip the happy birthday thing. We won't put you through that.
We're gonna show
We'll take it as read.
we're gonna show Dallas not singing.
Hello. No, I meant that. I meant that.
Just hilarious that I actually cropped out the rest of the picture.
I know.
That's not how I need this one.
So John Lamb, JD Bugman, has a presentation to show us all about something related to RC.
So
Roll, crawl, or fly.
I'm big into RC, and I found a kit. Well, somebody's been making kits online. It's an Emacs kit of motor, speed control, flight board, and one of the YouTube channels I follow is Flight Test, and they have made a frame that goes along with it. And so together, they're selling that for $75. And so
Show it to the camera.
Oh, you were in the frame long before they.
it's a really cool design.
So it's a small quad rotor.
Yeah,
Is it FPV?
it is FPV.
No.
Yeah, so you have a little camera. That's what the antenna is on the top. So the only thing you need to buy is a receiver and camera and battery, and everything else is ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm starting to do training class. It's not really a class that is
It could be.
normal.
It could be.
It could
Is
be.
anything here normal?
Yeah, I know, right? So it's going to be more of a, as people buy the kits and they want to build it, they come to one of the RC events Sunday or on Tuesday, and I basically help them build it. One of the prerequisites is to watch the build video of this kit online. It's on the Flight Test website. This is called a Gremlin, and watch the whole video all the way through, and then I'll be having it play when we're building it. That's the only thing I require to anybody that wants to do it. My time is free. The class is free. I will help anyone build it. I've already done it with Willa. She bought the kit. We got hers flying. Took us an hour and 15 minutes, and she was up in the air. And they fly awesome. They're so much fun. They're fast. They fly outside. They fly inside.
What happened in the swamp?
That was a different quad. That one does about 80, and it's hard to control. This one will do 35. It's
Wow.
still fast enough to fly outside, which is kind of cool. Now I did get it stuck in the ceiling at Maker Effects though, which was kind of cool on the second story.
Nice.
Wow.
Make sure you don't fly it on that road, because I'm pretty sure the speed limit.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another great point that I really love about these, because I hate what the FAA has done about these little guys. I don't think they should be involved in that. That's a personal opinion. This is under the weight limit. So with battery, it is under 250 grams. They don't regulate it.
Yep.
So anybody can buy it, anybody can build it, anybody can fly it, and you don't have to have anything. And FPV, they don't care because it's under the weight limit.
They don't care, or they just won't.
They don't care.
It's not unfair.
It's not a jurisdiction. Now,
They won't pursue it.
They don't care.
for now, until they change the rules, but
Because if that goes into a jet engine, nothing is going to happen to the jet engine.
The lithium will have a little fun, but that's about it. But they,
Emit showers of sparks, that's about it.
yeah,
It's,
yeah, you really can't hurt it, and it's, I've crashed it 100 times. It's just a fun thing to go.
How easy is it to find this swamp?
This one, I don't have any lights on it right now, but it does support lights in the camera. I have installed them on it, but it does make a lot of noise.
So my buddy Chris you met today, I fixed his antenna several times on this thing because he keeps crashing.
I fixed it again.
You fixed it again. So how does this one hold up if you crash it? Is it pretty
He
prone?
crashed it on the roof.
And it, yeah.
Yeah,
And
it was good. It came
Yeah.
back, and I
But
flew
the
again.
antenna was good.
Yeah, it's protected pretty good because like it's designed to kind of always lay on
There's
its
a lot
feet.
more
Because the way the weight is distributed.
Yeah, and the battery's on the bottom, so usually when it falls, it hits on the bottom part, and then when it hits, it just kind of always ends up on its lid.
Nice.
It's pretty much.
Is it like toast when you put butter on one side?
Yes. Cat on one side, butter on the other, and wormhole.
Yeah, if you put it over color, like,
Immovable
the axis of rotation.
The way you butter your cat.
The other thing is, the kit is by itself without the frame. You can buy from Emacs USA. I have all the links in the RC channel, and there are a ton of companies that make frames for the kit. Also, I've been laser cutting frames on the laser cutter. And then I've also got the CNC machine going, so we're gonna try and do frames with carbon fiber out of our own design. So as this progresses, we're gonna be making these faster, cooler, more stuff.
We're gonna do a 3D machined aluminum frame on the house.
Yes.
Would it be under 250 grams?
That one probably won't be.
We can make it under 250 grams. It could be.
Yeah.
Designed properly.
Yeah.
I mean, aluminum is up there on the strength to weight ratio.
We'll go to titanium and make even thinner.
Yeah.
Could do it. A build of titanium that big will not cost you a lot. I'm just kidding. It'll
eBay
cost you a
drop
lot.
pieces.
That's true.
I will, probably by the end of the night, I'll have 4 of these flying. So, I mean, I love them. I think they're hysterical. They're fun to fly. So, I mean, if you have any questions, hit me up in the channel or come see me on a Tuesday or out there on this RC one. Anybody have any questions?
RC what?
The RC channel in Slack.
Very cool. Thank you, John. Next on our list, our favorite Mr. Fuzzy. And
You
it's
haven't heard Mr. Fuzzy if he's our favorite?
no.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we can appoint one.
You're our official Fuzzy?
And he has a leather worked item that he made for Matt, actually, right?
Yes, me and Matt had a weird idea. Years ago, I used to make holsters. I kind of got away from making them because I used to make them for friends, friends of friends, and I ended up making them friends of friends of friends, and they just got really weird, so I decided not to do it. And yeah, exactly. So Matt approached me. Actually, we've been trading work. I've been making him leather stuff, and he's working on my guitars. So we had an idea. Can we make a carry conceal holster and actually make it so you can comfortably carry a 357 Magnum? So I came up with an idea and sketched it and created this, and it actually works. For fat me, it doesn't work, but for him, it works. Yeah. So what I ended up doing, and this is how I design my holsters, I take 2 pieces of leather and I actually glue them together with yes. Feel free to smell. It's amazing. I actually glue them together, then sew them. And all right. And the idea was I molded it. The reason why I made it so thick with the 2-ply and molded it, so if you have to take the pistol out of your pants, it doesn't collapse on itself. It stays as a hard shell. And what I did was to make the finish. I don't like to use dyes. I like to make it as natural as possible. So on the outside, I used a veg tan milled leather, which basically take a veg tan leather and they run it in a tumbler to make it nice and soft and have nice cool ridges. And the inside, I put a regular veg tan. So what I did with that to give it that color, friction, oils, and waxes. Basically, while it's still wet, I have a canvas and I rub it real good and it starts darkening it. Then I coat it with oils and waxes. As you can see the edges, I take pride in that because I'll actually take wood, I'll actually take wood and burnish it to try and make it look like it's almost layered wood.
Very cool.
And so that's and basically we made it with a clip so it could fit inside your pants and clip on your belt.
That's not a small gun to try and conceal carry, so I think that's a fairly good design on that.
Yes.
No, this way.
Did anything else happen in the leather world at Thermalab recently?
Yes, we just blew up. The shop got huge. I combined forces with Ed, and he brought in his amazing sewing machines and other equipment, and tables, and he donated bins and bins of leather scrap for us to work. And so basically, that's open for people to come. And I came in the other day, and there was actually a young lady working on some stuff,
Cool.
which really made me happy.
Is it all veggie tan leather over there?
No, we get all different kinds.
Okay, we should probably go through that and figure out which ones are which if we can.
Yes.
Because you don't put chrome tan leather in the laser. Well, you
don't.
don't.
And the only one you put in the laser is veg tan. If
Yeah.
you put oil tan, it's going to catch fire. You
Yeah.
don't want that.
And the chrome tan releases fumes. And
Yes.
Yeah, it's,
So are they labeled right now, or?
They are not. The majority of what he has in there is not veg tan.
So
And
basically, no laser leather that's out there.
I will go through it and find veg tan, say approved for laser.
very cool.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Is there an easy way to tell?
You like it?
If it looks tan kind of like this and sort of firm, it's good for the laser. If it's colored in any way, it's not good for the laser.
Okay.
And if it's super soft and floppy.
Exactly, not good for the laser.
Could you kind of articulate a little bit more why it's not good for laser?
Yes, because certain things with tanning procedures, they use certain chemicals. And when you put it in there, it releases the chemicals, and which is harmful for people to breathe. And other things they use to tan it is also oils. And if it's oil tan, it will catch fire.
Your left.
And that's
DJ.
harmful for you.
DJ.
Yes.
That's harmful for you too, because I'll let you.
I mean, it seems like that could be kind of an obvious thing, but, you know, people are still gonna like, well, I'm
And-
sure this is okay, but you know,
And by chemicals, we mean things like arsenic and cadmium.
Yes.
in that water.
All
Or
that
dihydrogen monoxide.
Yeah.
No.
No real chemicals that are dangerous.
It's stuff that's seriously not good for you.
I made a guitar strap for the worship leader of my church. He loves to smell when he's playing his guitar. Go.
Very cool. Thank you very much. Mr. Casey.
So I didn't know this was supposed to be a 10-minute thing. I thought this was more like a 10-second thing.
Sure, 10 seconds is fine too.
Also works.
We've got some freezers. They're right outside the door. They go down to -80. They're a dual stage. So basically, there's the freezer that refrigerates the refrigerant for the next freezer down the line. And -80 is cold. It's not quite liquid nitrogen range, but it's still
Flash freeze your eyeballs.
cold. And we're going to try to get at least one of them working. Dave Smith has a contact that we're going to be working with. Possibly using parts from the other one to get the first one working. If both of them are easily fixed, we might try to Craigslist the second one. We only need one. And so the goal will be to get those assessed. If it looks like they're fixable, then we'll look into wiring and locating and that sort of thing. So it'll be an ongoing thing, but it's basically kind of the last thing that's separating us from being what Chris would call big boy lab. It allows us to do backups. You know, like if you imagine doing all of your coding in volatile memory, and the compile times take like overnight or so, and that's all you've got. That's kind of what we're doing now. So being able to take an occasional backup and do version control would be nice. So that's what they are. We'll be moving them.
For testing purposes, the welding outlet that's up there, or there's an outlet on a cable over there, should both provide you enough power to run those freezers for testing. And then once it's working, then we'll figure out where to actually put it.
Right. Either are working on it, there's no.
So when we plug in and operating, what would it be precautions for opening? Don't open it.
Yeah, pretty much. If you don't know what you're doing, maybe don't.
Right. Just want to make
And
sure that
they've got a
that
pretty
was mentioned.
solid lock that we could actually put padlock on it.
So you shouldn't try to use that for chilling down your balls.
Yes.
Probably not.
No pizza rolls?
Yeah, so it's not. It's
The
not-
microwave times might vary if stored in an 80-degree, negative 80-degree freezer.
Yeah, it's not.
Nice store
it's
dry
not
ice in
Flash freeze your eyeballs cold, but you will flash burn your skin if you touch anything without thermal
Big,
gloves.
big
Wow.
ugly warning sign, right?
Yeah.
I think it's lockable, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They should be-
Yeah.
Most of the
Just a
locks, if I
manual
remember
app.
right.
A lock is a indication.
I think we can talk about space,
We
but
have the
I
entire
thought of the
website
space will
involved.
probably work for those.
So anyway, that's the story behind those. It's pretty exciting. We got a really good deal on them. Hopefully we can get these going.
Very cool.
They're normally like in the multiple $1,000 range, and each spring UCF gets rid of a few just because they do upgrades so that they can keep in the budget cycle. So we got this already.
So I didn't make anything, but I did something really cool that I want to tell you guys all about. You should all do it too. I took what's called a discovery flight last week. Basically, you go up in an airplane, a little tiny Cessna 2-seater airplane, and they let you fly the thing for like half an hour. You take off with an instructor, and you get to fly around the city of Orlando and do a couple maneuvers. And it was a whole lot more fun than I ever anticipated. The price is really, really low. It's like, it varies a little bit, but it's usually under $150 for the experience. And you go and you sit with the instructor, tell you, okay, we're going to take off. And they, once they get to Dallas Peterson, they say, okay, the plane's yours. You're like, what the fuck? What do you mean the plane's mine? Like,
Your instructor didn't let you take it off?
you know,
That's fun.
he didn't let me land it. I got essentially 20 feet
Yeah,
over the runway.
They're not gonna let you
You know,
land it.
you know why that is?
He actually-
I've seen you play KSP.
No, he actually says, you know, if I didn't actually legally have to, you actually were set up perfectly for landing, right? Essentially, we got all the way to like past the edge of the runway before he took over. He's like, yeah, you could have landed the thing. I'm like, I've spent too much time playing simulators. And you know, when I started using the rudder pedal, he's like, oh, you know how to use those? I'm like, yes. He's like, oh, okay. So he took his foot off the rudder pedals at that point, which was challenging for him because he was like 6'3". In a 162. I don't know yet. He adjusted the pedals all the way in, and the seat was all the way back, and he was still kind of not. But it was one of the coolest experiences I've ever done, and it's very inexpensive. It's for the Discovery flight. And they have two other options. One of them is a slightly longer flight of the same type, and then the other they have is called like adventure flight. That one's like $350, $400, but it's like a 2-hour flight or 2.5-hour flight. You can actually fly all the way out to Titusville, switch pilots, and fly back.
Wow. So that's in cost of fuel for planes is pretty expensive in the first place, right? So a lot of that money you're giving them is actually for fuel.
Yeah, well, what they're trying to do is to get you excited about flying, so that you'll go and take a full set of lessons and instructions from them. But if you were
Discovery flights are usually a lot.
if you were to rent that airplane that I flew in, I believe it was like $120 an hour, and that's flight hours, not time hours. So if you were to fly from like here to, you know, somewhere in Tampa, let's see, that's, you know, hour and a half, you know, hour flight probably, maybe about an hour flight. If you're in one of your airports. You only charge the hour there and an hour back. So if you fly there and then spend the whole day there and fly back, you only charge for hours in flight. Yeah.
So if you're flying to Miami, how long would that take? Like
Probably 2 hours.
2 hours?
Because remember, you don't have to follow the roads. You just kind of go straight there. Within reason.
And you're cruising at 110, 115 miles an hour.
Yeah. Or if you take the 172, you can do 150.
No.
150 knots. There's they ended up at Cirrus out there though. That'll get you where you're going quickly.
Yeah, they probably charge more per hour. For that.
They do. That one's got a higher price.
How hard was it to actually choose the flight path? I know they have pre-calculated things.
I didn't get to choose. He said,
Well,
fly
if you were to
here, do
take
this
a-
thing.
If you were to take a trip to, say, Tampa, you would have to pre-calculate a flight path.
I would ask the pilots. for that one. But yeah,
You have to plan the big turn in your flight plan.
It's not
Yeah,
difficult. Once you've
have
once you've trained on it, it's not. That's
Well, not the flying part, but the planning.
no, the planning
No,
part. The
no,
planning part
planning's
is,
easy.
yeah, you're trained to be able to do a flight plan for the next range of the aircraft within a half an hour.
and this was, in case you're wondering, this is with flight training professionals out of the Orlando Executive Airport. Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun.
Where can you find more information about that?
I think they have a website. I think it's ftpros.com or something like that. I can look it up later. But it was so inexpensive to try, and I'm like, really, that's all it costs to try these things? And it was one of the coolest things. But definitely try it. If you're over 6 foot tall, they might ask you to upgrade to the next up plane, because the 162 is like smaller than riding in a Miata with another person. It's about maybe half the size width of a Miata. There are a couple others. I mean, there's a couple others, so there's that. Can't believe the airplanes still don't have asterisks. That's really bummer. Meanwhile, the fuel is over your head and down like 8 pillars of the cockpit, so I don't know why you would stop having asterisks. But it was a lot of fun.
As long as they're not leaking, it's not a problem. And if they're leaking, smoking in the airplane is the least your problem.
Yeah, but you're guaranteed half an hour, but I got 0.7 of an hour in the air just because when we took off and where we went and that kind of stuff. Cool, definitely fun. That's cool. Any other show and tell items, whether it's maker related or other cool stuff like that? Because that wasn't really maker related. We can do it.
I don't have anything to show and tell, but I will. I'm heading to Bay Area Maker Faire out in California, also known as the Big One. I'm leaving at 7 o'clock in the morning because the flight was cheaper to go Wednesday than it was to try to fly in there like Thursday or Friday, like a lot. So JD has loaned me a 360-degree camera, which I'm working on setting up. So hopefully all of you can live vicariously through me.
We appreciate it too.
For reference, our Maker Faire, I want to say, has like 300-ish exhibitors and like 10 to 15,000 attendees. This one has 1,300 plus exhibits and over 150,000 attendees. So they are bigger than us tenfold in terms of people who show up. It's going to be nuts.
I went a number of years ago, and it was a lot of fun. Is this your first time going?
This is my first time going. This will actually be my first time going to a Maker Faire that I'm not also like exhibiting or running around doing stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Who's talking?
Oh, look, hey, it's Where's the mouse?
So I'm kidnapping Ted when I get there. I'm bringing
Put
him
him
back.
in your suitcase and bring him back.
I'm gonna need a bigger
Hello,
suitcase.
Ted.
Okay.
Are you at work?
Yeah.
Should you be working?
Nah.
One day, his employer comes on and sees this YouTube channel.
Okay, it's 6 o'clock. I get paid hourly. I'm not on the clock right now.
Cool. Well, Nick and Katie will see you soon.
Yeah, see you in the morning, Ted.
Yeah, you better be prepared for tomorrow. I'm going to take them all around San Francisco. They're going to be
fun.
He wouldn't come out to see me at the airport when I was over there. It's not fair. I was there for a total of less than an hour.
I'm gonna invade his.
You were in San Francisco. You were in LA. That's 6 hours away.
A little bit of a difference.
Excuses.
Well, yeah, but half that's the last mile.
That's true.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Ted. Good to see you.
Yes.
Hey, look, it's us again. All right, I believe that adjourns the. Oh, wait, you got one more. Hold on, more stuff.
Yes, I'm sorry. I do have an announcement. I just want to let people know that this Saturday we are having another movie night, Star Wars. I'm trying to get through the whole series. I can't marathon see it because my body can't handle it. The one time we did, I went home at 12 and I fell asleep at 2. I wasn't right the whole next day. That's a different story. But we're watching Revenge of the Sith this Saturday at 8 o'clock. If you want to wear costumes, please wear costumes. Yeah.
What's your feeling on sand?
It's irritating. It gets everywhere. I just don't like it.
I was hoping prequel memes would start leaking.
So question on that, I was debating on whether or not I should go, but, or attend, but, I'm not technically a member and it's members only, so.
That's up to Fuzzy's discretion as the event leader.
So I just
If
didn't go.
if you wanna come and sit the movie and eat popcorn, please feel free.
You have to wear a
But what
costume.
about
though.
the costume?
You have to. If you're not a member, it's required.
Yeah. A lot of people that wear
Okay.
costume, I was the only schmuck wearing a costume.
Gay Casey, what happened to your slave Leia?
I have it. Jenny just stared at me and under the can't say something nice, don't say anything at all, stayed really quiet.
He's saving it for Return of the Jedi.
I got a small bubble bath.
Yes. John helped me set up the stuff, so I gave him the Darth Maul bubble bath. And, yeah, I bought prizes for people.
Nice.
And so if people actually come and wear costumes, I got 2 more prizes. I should have brought them tonight, but I didn't. It's not bubble bath, but it's a candy dispenser.
Nice.
That talks and has a little, it's also on the 27th, we're going to see Rogue One.
Oh.
So if you're in town and you want something fun to do and want to eat some popcorn, please feel free.
But don't discuss any of the new films or the trailers yet.
Please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. We made a serious announcement about that last time. I don't think you were here.
I put it in the agenda as the Daniel Chateau rule.
It was it 1 meeting ago or 2 meetings ago? I'll reiterate it.
That's okay for not being here.
Just
I
a
took
literacy,
minutes.
just so you guys know, it is a unwritten but very heavily we wish you would not do it rule. We have several members at FamiLab who try to stay completely fresh when it comes to Star Wars films, like not watching the trailers or reading synopsis or hearing anything about them. Even the title is like the title's about as far as I want to get. The title and release date. Past that, please don't discuss anything about any upcoming Star Wars films until they have at least been open for a weekend.
Isn't there a Star Wars channel for that?
There is.
That's where all the cool kids are.
So yeah, Star Wars on Slack. That's where you can do all your spoilerific action.
Yeah, Star Wars is Star Wars spoilers.
There's Star Wars and Star Wars spoilers. Star Wars spoilers is for after the film has been released, but yet has not been yet consumed by most people. Until then, Star Wars regular channel will take the place of that.
So if there's a new trailer that comes out and it can't be posted to Star Wars, or if there is,
It can be posted to Star Wars, but not to general. Because even the image of the like poster frame in the YouTube video in general might be too much for some people to know.
You're being judged.
It's a serious thing. Daniel, it's because I love you. But we have other members. Dave Case is the same way.
I feel the same way. So,
Oh, good. I'm not alone.
Like I saw in the trailer on general, it's just like.
So we're gonna put you in the isolation booth while we're all talking about the movie.
Generally, just so you know, generally that expires like the week after a movie comes out. If you haven't seen it by that point, you lose
Well,
your
okay,
rights.
yeah, that's a little fair. I want to go in there when it comes out.
Yeah.
Without.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Is there any plans on, sorry, go ahead. Is there any plans on actually having a group to go watch it together from FamiLab?
We have in the past. Generally, it's kind of arranged a lot closer to that time. So ask again a lot closer to that time.
December.
Yeah. Ask us again. Well, ask probably October's normal mistake. It's October, November.
Yeah.
Ask again in that time frame.
Also,
But there are plans being made.
COVID release dates because no part of it, so
Cool.
be making events. So.
Yeah. Usually there are multiple sets of groups that go multiple times.
Yeah, it's usually not anything FamiLab official, but it's usually large groups of FamiLab members.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to post randomly event outings for major movies like that in general. So.
Cool.
Suraj.
Suraj.
If I can promise that I will not say anything about Star Wars if DJ wears a very terrible Ewok costume to the premiere that I made for him.
Excuse me. He
Yeah.
still has the slave Leia costume.
No.
Wait. We do. Nobody wants that.
He's reconsidering.
I'm gonna kick you from every channel on Slack. I'm gonna kick you from
All
everything
right.
from Slack to Life.
Unless there's anything else, I think we're going to close the programmatic portion of our meeting and call it for tonight. And thank you all for attending. Anything else? Oh yes, look.
This
the back.
Saturday also is the one Saturday of the month where we set down our X-Wing and play other games.
What?
What?
No more tabletop X-Wing?
No, that's the other 3 Saturdays.
Oh,
So regular game day, bring your lighter, fluffier game.
So in other words, you're saying that Saturday would be a remarkably good day to attend Family Lab to like attend a lot of events. Very cool. All right.
How did the LAN party go, by the way?
Like a lot of,
What is that?
It's like a Star Trek simulator, kind of.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
All right.
I didn't bring up.
We're gonna close the meeting. Thank you all for attending. Thank you all online.
Bye.
Bye.